A fresh breath of air is blowing in Zamfara State, and the government is striving to build on the momentum. Last week, the state governor, Bello Matawalle, inaugurated sole administrators for the 17 local government areas of the state. Joyous residents joined motorcades that accompanied the sole administrators to their council areas. Let's share some of the video with you. Well, Babajide, the import of this sole administrators in Zamfara State, because the security situation, what do you think Governor Bello Matawalle is trying to do?
No, it's, the job of sole administrators is not to deal with security. They have their job cut out for them, which is like it's done everywhere else where you put sole administrators in place before you conduct an election. But what is significant about this event is that Thursday, they moved out of Gusau. They were moving in convoys to their local government. They traveled for hours on the road, and there was no attack. Before that big military campaign that we launched in those three dangerous states, I can tell you that these people could not have had the liver to try this. You drive through, as you even step out of the state capital, you could come under attack. Because there are already some notorious points along the road leading between Sokoto and the state capital, Gusau. There are areas where when you pass through that area, you escape with your life, you thank God. You know, and we are seeing a situation in which even to some of the dangerous local governments, these people moved. The people accompanied those sole administrators to the areas they've been posted, and there was not a single case of attack on them. So that's why it is significant. Is one reason to believe that these steps that were taken by those governors, including Governor Bello Matawalle, are bearing fruits. Now, in Zamfara State, bandits are beginning to use animals. The other day, an attack was launched on horses because they can't access fuel. So even supply of alcohol, Indian hemp, and some of the things that they used to have access to, most of them are being blocked. They are being blocked. So they can't. They've been denied the freedom that they enjoyed before, and their positions are being bombarded. But the painful thing for me is that as we are achieving some successes in Zamfara, we are seeing a spike in attacks in Sokoto State. That is what we have gained in Zamfara. Now we are losing some of the bandit leaders, including Turuji, the notorious Turuji. They have relocated now to the Sabon area in Sokoto State. So that's why you keep hearing of attacks in Sabonbrini, in Sokoto State. You keep hearing of attacks in Isa local government. You keep hearing of attacks in Rabah local government. That's the local government of the late Premier of Northern Region, Sir Ahmadu Bello. So no doubt about it, progress is being made, and I'm happy for one thing. Those forests that link one another, like Dansadao Forest, for example, that links even Kaduna, that was the Brindengwari in Kaduna, to some local governments in Zamfara. They are being shelled there. The same thing with the local government called Bayanruwa. I mean, the forest called Bayanruwa Forest. They are being attacked there. But now it links. It links Maradun, Isa, Sabonbrini, and Rabah, and Goronyo in Sokoto State. So they are moving into that part. They are finding Zamfara too hot. But now, what do we do since they are entering Sokoto? That was why I suggested back then that there must be coordinated attack designed to ensure that they can't escape to those neighboring local government, because now
that's part of the reason the court
I wonder about it. Now this is what we are seeing. This is what we are seeing. So if Zamfara is safe and we are happy, we are rejoicing about Zamfara that the attacks have come down drastically. About Sokoto now, yes. What do we do about Sokoto? That's the home state of the Chief of Army Staff.
That means we have to, it has to be a coordinated thing across board that we be that effective. GKB, now looking at this, these people, will they'll be able to reach out to people more, and Governor Matawalle is looking at the other side of it. What happened to the previous local government chairman?
They are gone. Remember that months ago there was a story that came out where the governor said some people at the local government level, even some members of certain emirates, were part and parcel part of the bandits. And this is supposed to be a first start. In PR, this is what we call a visual effect. That basically, because it's one thing to know that people are safe. It's another thing to show them that things are getting back to normal. And this act of bravado basically was to achieve that. So now the governor can now tell people you are free or you are safe to go back home, even though we know that we don't get to that level for at least a couple of months yet. But it's the right call as far as I'm concerned, because some people are already feeding fat by being part or collaborating with the bandits. Now this is a first start. They want to make their own mark. By doing that, the isolation of the bandits will be almost total.
Did they ultimately, the military operation?
No, it has to continue. The intensity has to improve, and we must make sure that we stop these people from escaping. Now, in the Bayanruwa, which is a notorious den for bandits, is in Maradun local government. That's the local government of the governor. The army, the air force have been bombarding Dansadao and Shinkafi. There's a forest called Sububu Forest. That forest links Maradun, Bakura, Shinkafi, Isa in Sokoto, Sabonbrini in Sokoto, Rabah in Sokoto, and Goronyo also in Sokoto. So you can see that when you begin to bombard them in Maradun, in the Bayanruwa area, they have no less than 4 local governments in Sokoto that they can go and hide. That's why we have this problem. Then, of course, the good thing is that even the informants who used to give information about the military, their numbers have also reduced drastically, you know, because these informants were the ones who would tell even the bandits that, look, some individual has sold a house, he has money, bandits will come and attack that person's house. So it's important to even deal decisively with bandits. I saw, I mean, with informants, I saw a video of a man being interrogated. There are so many people conniving with bandits, and it's a problem. So again, as I said earlier, that Dansadao forest, which is one of the biggest in our country, it links Maru, Bungudu, Safe, and Brindengwari in Kaduna So if you are able to deal decisively with them in that Bayanruwa area, you deal with them in Dansadao, because if you check, Maru local government is one of the largest local governments in our country. It's bigger than some states, and that forest is extensive, extending beyond Zamfara. So if you are able to deal with them, and then those supplies that they need, food supplies, petrol, and the rest of them, they don't have the logistics supply. They don't have access to them. Their days are numbered, but their days will only be numbered if we do the coordinated military operation.
Okay, let me pick. Abubakar is calling us from Kaduna State. Thank you for joining us, Abubakar.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Abubakar.
I remain loyal to the journalist Hangout.
Thanks. We are loyal to you too.
Thank you, Victor. You see, IPOP, let me start from it is like those people in power at the northeast. They are enjoying what IPOP are doing because they are using them as political talks. It is now touching the traders, so it is only the traders that can rescue themselves from the hand of those IPOP. But the leaders can never rescue the common man from the hand of IPOP unless the traders by themselves stop those boys, because the government or the governors are using them. Then coming to the north now, this banditry, you know, this people he have been saying.
Time is fast.
Those things that I've always talked about coordinated operation.
Yes. GKB. Finally, what are we going to get peace in that part of the country?
Well, I
just like a trade that.
I understand that what's happening is this: that the slots given for police recruitment are taken by politicians, and their thugs are now used to recruit them into the police. So these policemen who are now loyal to them are now come back home for them to be used against their enemies. So just like Jide said, we have to find a 5-tooth comb in recruitment. That's where we have to start. Unless that we ensure that only the best get to the police, we cannot go to run away.
Not the worst. Not the worst. Honestly, I fear for the future of the police if we don't address the issue of recruitment. Politicians shouldn't simply be allowed to bring in people. They will have promised political leaders some slots. So you bring this person. Boys who had no job. You know, traditional rulers and decent people within communities should even be able to identify the right people, so that when you say, okay, from this place you are bringing someone who is going to the police, they can say, no, we have his history, we know him, we know who he is, this one is not good enough. If we don't do that and find that structure, the right structure that helps us with recruitment and enlistment to the police, all of this nonsense will not stop.
Gani Kaide Balogun Usiara, thank you for your contribution. And Babajide Kolade is in the mess room himself. It's a new week. Thanks. And we hope to do it tomorrow.